Alright guys, we're going to be working on a chip with some lines in it on this Subaru here. I haven't probed it yet. I thought I'd wait, turn on the camera to do that. We're in the shade and it's what, 54 degrees out here? About. So yeah, windshield's very cool. So that line wants to open a little bit. And you see there's a line coming off here that's kind of small. But that's the only line that I see that's trying to open is this one right here. So I think we're going to be probably going to be okay because it's nice and cool out here. We're going to drill it and open it up. This is the same customer I did the Bronco for a couple videos back. This is his wife's Subaru, and he wants to make sure it's taken care of as well. And this is the company that I do all the trucks for. You've seen videos of me doing the big rigs. This is the company I do the big rigs for. So he works in the upstairs. He doesn't drive. Have you ever driven? No? Not your forte? Nope. Being a truck driver? Mine either. I drove for a while when I was like 18, 19 years old. That was back before they had CDLs. All you had to have was a chauffeur's license. You remember that? Way back in the day. I mean, that was still considered a commercial license, but your chauffeur's license covered you for commercial, bus, limousine, and taxis. Oh, really? Yeah. And then they converted that to a DOT CDL, you know, commercial driver's license for trucks. But you still have to have, I think, a chauffeur's license to do like limousines or taxi, things like that. Alright guys, we're going to use the CR resin because the windshield is about neutral. Well, it's a little cooler than my hand. This one won't take as long as yours did. It shouldn't anyway. It should go fairly smooth if it doesn't crack. You know, I always say if. I never guarantee that something's not going to crack no matter how common a chip it is that I repair. I never say it won't crack while I'm fixing it. I just say hopefully it won't crack. Because you know, you get yourself in trouble when you start thinking that you're so good that nothing can go wrong, you know, or you just start getting comfortable with, you know, this is just a common chip, it's easy to fix, and then the next thing you know, you got a big crack going across the windshield and you're like, what the hell? Well, you got too comfortable, you know. 32 years trimming trees for a living. I was never comfortable in a tree.
Oh, really?
Never. Everybody I knew that got cocky and got comfortable and like, oh yeah, this is easy, ended up damaging houses and sheds and fences and everything else. And 32 years in the business, the worst I ever did was broke a sprinkler head. Because I never got cocky or comfortable. I was always nervous. Every tree I ever trimmed made me nervous. Every tree I cut down made me nervous. Every windshield chip I repair makes me nervous. But you know, it's good. It's good to be a little nervous, a little leery, you know. That way you don't get overconfident and crack a windshield. And I got to tell you, every time a windshield cracks, it kills me. I think about it for weeks. You know, what could I have done different? Nothing. I did everything right, you know. Some windshields just want to crack. And it doesn't matter how careful you are. Especially when you got to push on them. You know, open them up so the resin will flow better. That's the dangerous part. Opening the lines so the resin flows in. That one's almost full. This bottom line doesn't look... Oh yeah, it's taking resin. Good. What about that one? We need to open that one. We need to get the resin flowing in that one because it's not doing very well. How long have you had this car?
We got it in March.
In March also, it's fairly new.
Yeah.
And I take it you've never had to replace the windshield yet. That's a good thing, right? Now I was here, what day was I here? Friday or Thursday?
I think it's Thursday.
Anyway, it wasn't very long ago. And when I was here the last time at noon, the sun was shining on us. Now it's still behind the doggone building. I would prefer that it be somewhat shining on us. I mean, it's kind of shining on the chip, I guess. Shining on the chip a little bit. Let's get that bottom line opened a little bit and get that resin to flow in there better. That's the line I'm worried about cracking, is this bottom one that opens real easy. That's the one I'm most worried about. We've almost got it full now though. Luckily the UV from the sun is fairly low right now, so a little bit of sun that was shining on the chip didn't cure it yet. I don't want it to cure till I'm done, you know. That bottom line opens real easy, so I got to make sure I get enough resin in it. Because if it opens that easy with just barely touching it, that means when the windshield heats up and expands, that line will open. And we don't want that to happen, so we got to make sure we get plenty of resin in that line. And there it is. She's full of resin now. Beautiful. So now the sun's going to shine on the chip. Not on my head yet, but on the chip. I guess that's alright, huh? And you know, I can't ever make them 100% invisible, no matter how hard I try. But we also know that's not the point of the repair. The point of the repair is to keep it from cracking. Not to make it 100% invisible every time. I can make a lot of them invisible. Just not all of them, you know. Just can't make all of them invisible, no matter how hard I try. God, I wish this wind would quit. The wind is what makes it cold. I think we're going to have a windy winter. It's going to be a somewhat windy winter. And I hate the wind. You know, when I was in Vegas and the wind would blow and it was 105 degrees and the wind would blow, it was just like being in front of a blow dryer. I hated the wind then too. I hate it when it's hot and I hate it when it's cold. I just hate the wind, period. And it's funny, on this channel, I tell people, you're going to get a little wind noise on the microphone. That's par for the course. I work outside. On my other channel that I had, I used to get so pissed off when the wind would blow when I was trying to make a video. You know? Funny how that works, huh? I used to get so angry with the wind blowing. And I think the reason for that was because it would be a beautiful, sunny, bright, nice, calm day. I would go out to make a video, the wind would start blowing. If I went back in the house, it was like, if I went back in the house and sat down, looked at the tree, not a leaf moving. But as soon as I went outside again, the wind would start blowing again. It was like the world was against me. Didn't want me making that video, you know. Well, that just turned out beautiful. Yep, that's full. Good. The center's full. That turned out pretty. Spray goes everywhere in the wind. I got some on the windshield. Yeah, that turned out really nice. Let's get the mirror out of there. Lots of lines in this chip, guys. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Not 100% invisible, but way, way better. As you can see, I'm using the CR resin, so it doesn't make the lines 100% invisible. But you can tell they're full. They're not 100% invisible, but you can tell they're filled. If you look at it from inside, especially, you can see. You can barely see them now, but you can still see them. Alright guys, you know what to do. Click the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the video, throw me some love. I'll see you in the next video.